What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotics, bringing you our Week 8 battle for the IBL. Today we're facing off against Beta, coach of the Jumpluff Express. They're currently 1-6, but they have an interesting roster with a Pokemon that I absolutely despise, and that is Corviknight. I used Corviknight in my team for my initial run of Sword and Shield, but I hate it in competitive sense. It really is annoying to deal with, and yeah, honestly, I prefer Skarmory. I'd rather deal with Skarmory than I would with Corviknight, but it is what it is. Looking at the team, though, my opponent has 3 Steel types, 2 Dragon types, and 2 Ground types. So a lot of overlapping typings, and the good thing for this team that we're dealing with is they have 1 Ghost Resist and 0 Ghost Immunities. Why that matters? Well, as you can see, we made some transactions from last week. We picked up the team last week and we were forced to use that team during that battle, but this is the new team that we have here. I can try and get a better list of what exact changes we've made, but we had ended up dropping a bunch of our Mons and picking up, I think it was 6 Mons we ended up dropping or trading, and we ended up grabbing a bunch of new ones as well. And the team this time around is a lot better in my opinion. So what we used to have was Gmax Flapple, Excadrill, Weezing, Tyranitar, Espeon, Centiskorch, Boltund, Mantine, Girder, Munchlax, and Rotom. While this time around, we don't have a Gmax Flapple, we have a Gmax Gengar. We dropped Flapple for Sandaconda and traded it away to the San Diego Snugglers for their Gmax Gengar, which is fantastic. I absolutely love that we got the Gmax Gengar. We still have our Sandcore, we still have the Galarian Weezing, which is a very strong I guess top 3. We dropped our Espeon for Noivern. We dropped our our Mantine for Vaporeon. We dropped our Centiskorch for Orbeetle. We dropped Munchlax for Greedent, and we dropped Rotom for Raboot. Raboot can use Libero, by the way. So for a tier 5 that has 94 base speed, 82 attack, I believe it is, really solid coverage all around, and has stab on everything, I will definitely take that. I think it's going to be very underrated for us and can put in a lot of work. But anyways, let's just go ahead and jump into it. The biggest threats to our team that this guy has, I think the potential for a Specs Duraludon is there. Dugtrio can be very scary for our Gengar. Obviously, we're not trapped by it, which, fun fact, I was not 100% sure on because it is just a ghost type, but apparently all ghost types, no matter what, are not trapped by Arena Trap, which is fantastic because it doesn't mean I have to run a Shed Shell. Originally, I had the Shed Shell. I've changed it to another set, which you guys will see in a second. The Incineroar is a problem. If he doesn't bring Incineroar, then Gengar just clicks buttons, honestly, and that's amazing. But the Incineroar, the Dugtrio, and the Inteleon are the biggest threats to my Gengar specifically. Yes, there's the Doublade, but we can Gigantamax, and we should be able to deliver any hit from the Doublade, so I'm not too worried about that. Corviknight is definitely a problem. A lot of my team can deal with it on its own, which is very nice, but the combination of my opponent's teams together, I'm hoping that we can just put in a lot of work because I don't want to go 4-4. I need to start getting a win because this team currently, even though I've only lost 1 game, this team is on a 3-game losing streak right now. I don't want to make it 4. So, first Mon for this week is going to be our Gmax Gengar here with Shadow Ball, Thunder, Dazzling Gleam, and Sludge Wave running a Choice Specs on it this time. I know Choice Specs doesn't take into account when you're Gigantamaxed, which sucks, but just in case we're not Gigantamaxing or we don't feel the need to at that moment, we can go for the Shadow Balls and we can just fire off Spec Shadow Balls, which are going to do tons of damage. Obviously, I would love to run a Life Orb, but I have very specific calcs that I need to, I guess, take into consideration here. This set, originally I only had speed for a timid Duraludon. I upped that to a jolly Leafeon because before my mock I did not expect Leafeon to be coming at all, and I still didn't expect it to be coming at all, but this guy has brought Leafeon to 5 out of his 7 games, so I think it's going to be coming, or has a much likelier chance of coming compared to a lot of the other threats that he could be bringing. So for that reason, I decided to go with enough speed for that jolly Leafeon, which just happens to be max speed modest. This set can take an Adamant Earthquake from Dugtrio or 2 Modest Hydro Pumps or Dark Pulses from Inteleon, and that's obviously when we're Gigantamaxed. And we have speed for Jolly Leafeon, like I said, and the Specs is to break without the Gmax. The biggest issue with this set is going to be the Incineroar. The Incineroar could be a bit of a problem because it obviously resists our Shadow Ball. Knockoff is there, but if I can go for a Shadow Ball, it's like 25%. It has no reliable recovery. I can then Gigantamax. Dazzling is going to do a huge chunk of damage, obviously, so we have that, and if I can chip that thing down to like 50%, then it won't be a problem for me at all. Our next mon is going to be our Boltund here. We have Django, our Boltund, Thunderfang, Volt Switch, Play Rough, and Firefang. I believe it's the exact same move pool we had last week. We're running max speed, max attack. That allows us to outspeed the Dugtrio and the Inteleon by 1 point each. We hit the entire team for amazing damage. Originally, I was running Crunch over Firefang because he didn't have a chance to miss, and it hit the what is it called? The double 8 for better damage, or for, well, no, it hit the double 8 for better damage. That's true, but it also wasn't resisted by the Goodra. So in case they want to switch into the Goodra, it wouldn't be resisted. But I have to go with Firefang just in case the Leafeon comes again. So I switched over to that. We have Volt Switch for momentum, and we have the Life Orb for maximum of damage with our Strong Jaw ability. Our next mon is going to be our Galarian Weezing here. I'm running an offensive Galarian Weezing with Fire Blast, Strange Steam, Pain Split, and Will-O-Wisp. I understand Pain Split will not work the way I intended to on the Gigantamax of the Corviknight, but if we can wear something down, get ourselves worn down, then Pain Split against something that's healthy, that's going to be really, really useful for us. Don't really need much speed because a lot of my opponent's speed is either really slow or definitely faster than this, so there's no real point for me creeping. We take a max attack neutral natured Iron Head from Corviknight, and we also have the chance, well, we also always take a timid Specs Surf from Inteleon. If it's Hydro Pump, we will not take it, but we do have a water immunity in the back. Fairy and Fire coverage is fantastic. The only mons that resist the Fairy type moves are his 3 Steel types, even though I think it's only 2 Steel types. Yeah, it's only the 2 Steel types, and we have Fire Blast for that because Duraludon is neutral, so we can just Strange Steam that thing. But this is a very strong set. I'm hoping to put in a lot of work. I want to go more offense than this, potentially with Life Orb, but I decided against it. Will-O-Wisp and Pain Split are still very useful to have, and the recovery from Black Sludge is absolutely vital for the longevity of this thing and really to break my opponent's team down. So, moving on, our 4th mon is going to be our Vaporeon. We are calling it Purple Pedro. If you guys have been around the channel for a long time, long time, you remember Purple Pedro, our Vaporeon, our shiny Vaporeon, and Pedro, who was one of the OGs from my Draft League career. This set is meant to stall things out, beat the Corviknight, at least kind of, beat a locked-in Duraludon, as long as it's not locked into like Thunder or something. Scald will always break a Duraludon sub, as long as it's not like, well, if it's max HP, which I expect it to be, or max speed, one of the two, we always break the sub. Toxic is there for something like Goodra, for something like the Incineroar. If it ends up being, I guess, Assault Vest, we want to wear that thing down. Even then, Skull is probably the better bet. Mostly it's just there for the Goodra, honestly, so we'll see. I haven't gemmed the team in yet. I might switch that for Ice Beam or something still, but yeah, again, we'll see. So, Wish is there for recovery, of course. Protect is there for well, catching wishes. We take 2 non-adamants, Max Brave Bird, so Max Wind Rages, from the Corviknight. Skull will always break the Duraludon sub, like I said. We take a modest Specs Thunder from Duraludon or Goodra, and this is really important because it keeps our Weezing, it keeps our Gengar, it keeps our Boltund really healthy. I would love to have Baton Pass. Obviously, I'm running a bit of Form-Musla syndrome on this thing, but hopefully we can get the job done with our Vaporeon Purple Pedro. Our next mon is going to be Reptar the Tyranitar with Earthquake, Crunch, Fire Blast, and Rock Polish, holding the weakness policy. I don't know how my opponent plays, but I'm hoping that he sees Tyranitar and says, I'm going to hit that thing with super effective hits. Flash Cannon, Duraludon, go. And then weakness policy will pop as I go for a Rock Polish, and that will be all she wrote. So that's my plan, I'm hoping, but we'll see. Ideally, we get the weak policy. Wow, let's try this again. Ideally, we get the weakness policy off, but in reality, it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is the Rock Polish, because at +2 speed, we outspeed a Timid Scarf Duraludon. We can take any hit the Goodra wants to throw at us, unless it's like a superpower. Even then, if it's like Assault Vest and it's mostly specially offensive and has very little attack investment, we probably can take it. Tyranitar is very bulky, but Earthquake, Crunch, Fire Blast is my team for tremendous damage. Fire Blast is there specifically for something like the Duraludon, because if we are, I believe we're not Gigantum, or if we're not at +2, Earthquake won't KO, so Fire Blast would be our best option to get the most amount of damage. I could be wrong on that, I have to double check. Actually, no, probably I am wrong. It resists, it's not neutral. Regardless, or no, it's neutral, not super effective. Wow, words are tough. But Fire Blast is mainly there for the Corviknight, specifically over Flamethrower, because it does the most amount of damage. It also has the Leafeon for the best amount of damage too, so there's that. And yeah, like I said, like you see on the notes, we take a Timid Specs Flash Cannon from Duraludon. If it's modest, then that sucks. If it is modest, then our next mon will outspeed it, and that is going to be our Raboot. Raboot is making its debut. We got Bugs Jr. here. This mon is vital to the team's success this week. Honestly, it's not that crazy in this matchup, but I felt like bringing it. I felt like if there was going to be any matchup that it came that was going to be amazing, it was going to be this one here because of the 3 steel types. We do have access to Flare Boots and Jump Kick, which hit all 3 for combination of super effective damage. Super Fang is there, which is really solid for the Gudra. It's really useful for a potential Duraludon if we just need to chip it down, not worry about missing with high jump kick or something. U-turn is there, which is really nice to get in and out on something like the Incineroar or the Inteleon. If we do predict something to come in, Super Fang is useful all the time. And what else was there going to be? I think there was something else. Oh yeah, Dugtrio. We take a Jolly Earthquake from Dugtrio. If it's like Life Orb or Adamant, we're not going to take it. If it is Adamant, then he would have to anticipate that we would outspeed him with the Gengar. I was actually thinking at first I should run enough speed to outspeed Adamant Dugtrio, but just in case it always got the KO on this thing. But it could have been banded, and I didn't want to risk that. At the end of the day, we have a Levitator in Weezing, so I felt kind of comfortable going with this. We take any Specs Duraludon hit as long as it's timid. If it is modest, we have about a 50% chance to drop to a Draco Meteor. Other than that, we can then go for a jump kick. We're going to be Libero, and we're going to do huge amount of damage to it, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. And again, if there's no double A, then high jump kick is pretty free. So we'll see what my opponent wants to bring. This can be our team for this battle. Hopefully, it can put in a lot of work for us. I'm really hoping that Raboots and Gengar can lead us to victory, but we'll see how it goes. I gotta get my team genned in, and I'll see you guys in a second with the battle. Okay, everyone, we are back with the battle. I'm kind of rushing a bit, gotta get to the Phalanx. But looking at the team, pretty scary stuff. There is no Inteleon, which is nice, and there's no Leafeon, so a bit of wasted EVs on my Vaporeon, on my Gengar, but it is what it is. I'm gonna lead off with my Boltund here. I think it's a pretty solid lead for absolutely everything that he has, except for obviously the Dugtrio. Ooh, if he leads off with Dugtrio, that's a problem. You know what, I think I'm gonna lead off with my Raboot. Oh my god, I'm not gonna have enough time. 1, 2, 3. Not gonna have enough time. Fuck. It may have given me a different lead. Nope, okay, I guess it did not F up my lead, which is fantastic. Okay, so we outspeed this thing. I do want to make sure I get the Phalanx on my screen here. So let's get a Phalanx. Okay, there it is. There's the Phalanx. Okay. High jump kick here is a great play. Alright, high jump kick is my play. I'm going to go ahead and click that. Again, unless it's modest specs, we take any hits. Libero pops off. And we connect, amazing. And we do a good chunk of damage to him, okay. As he goes for his rocks, okay. I'm fine with that. Rocks hurt the what's this thing called? It hurts the Raboot a good bit, but I'm okay with it. And he's got leftovers on his Duraludon. What we go into here? Potentially the Corviknight. I think I'm gonna go for the high jump kick again. I think it's freer than going for the Super Fang. If he does switch out, it's fine, but he doesn't switch out, he stays in. We're gonna connect, and goodbye to Duraludon. So Raboot getting a kill. My lord, that's nuts. I can't believe Raboot got a kill. All right. Okay, really hope the audio is good. I'm a little bit concerned about this because I kind of rushed a bit. What is this thing? This thing is the Incineroar. I'll outspeed you. How much are we doing to Incineroar while we're at -1? Raboot, Incineroar. If it's fully, well, it's got max HP. I don't think it's gonna have that much. Let's see. High jump kick still is half if he's max HP. I may want to U-turn here, but I think the damage is way too important. So I think I'm just gonna go for that damage. Let's high jump kick here. As he fakes out. Okay. Which is okay. He did, what, that's 36 points of health with fake out? I definitely think he's Assault Vest, by the way. He needs to have, oh, that's a good bit of investment. He's got to have He's adamant. He's max attack adamant. What? What am I missing? I'm fighting type. Huh. I'm missing something, but it's fine. He might be... No, it did 26 points of health. Yeah, so he still might have to be adamant. Yeah, it's a max roll for Jolly or like a high roll for adamant. I'm going to... What do I switch into? What would I go into? Maybe Wheezing? I'll U-turn here. I think he's going to go for a dark move, maybe a fire move, as he switches out, so this U-turn is going to be absolutely clutch. In comes Lancelot. I'm imagining that's the Corviknight. It is. Oh, if I had Super Fang there, that would have been absolutely fantastic. Not the end of the world, though. I go for U-turn here. Okay. My Gengar has a Specs on it. Let's think. Let's think. I could go into my... I think this is going to be my play here, going into Boltund. It could scare him out into the Dugtrio, but I think my play is going to actually go for Fire Fang. And the reason for that is, again, because of the Dugtrio specifically. So I'm going to go for that Fire Fang here. And again, this hits the Dugtrio and it hits the Corviknight. We'll see what he wants to do here. Whether he Dynamaxes and goes for an attack. Again, we should live maximum range. We live any stab move. We should live any hit because the body press would be a lot less powerful. So he switches out. What does he go into? Boop. Phalanx. Dugtrio. Perfect. So we end up catching this thing, which is amazing. We connect. And, oh wow, that's amazing damage there. Fantastic. Okay, so it might be Scarf. If it is Scarf, we'll know if he outspeeds us. What has more accuracy? 90? 95. Fire Fang is a better bet. Let's see if he's Scarf. Switches out. Senior. Okay, that's fine with me. This is -1. We do take that damage, but it's not the end of the world. Okay. I can freely Volt Switch here, but he's gonna probably go for the Fake Out, honestly. I don't want to take too much chip on this thing. So, as much as I want to go back into Bugs, actually I think I will go back into Bugs. I'll take the 25%, but the health isn't super important on this thing. Because at this point, it's already lost enough health to make it so that Dugtrio will kill it when it comes in. So we'll see. Parting Shot. Okay, so it looks like we're going to lose this thing, which does suck. Yeah, we're going to lose our Raboot, but not the end of the world. I think Raboot does get Sucker Punch, so we may have to be aware of that. It does get Sucker Punch. It gets Quick Attack as well. So if I was running either or, this would be amazing right now. But in comes Boop, the Dugtrio. And it looks like Dugtrio is going to pick up a kill here. Let's fire off a U-turn here, just in case. Nope, Earthquake comes out, and goodbye, Raboot. You did good, you got rid of something. Okay, where is Raboot? Okay. Let's see. Let's see here. I think I can go hard into Wheezing here, and I can fire off a Fire Blast, honestly, because I think he still wants to keep his Dugtrio around. Yeah. We're going to go with the Dug. I want to fire off the Flamethrower here because it hits the Corviknight. I mean, and maybe I may also be smart enough to go for a Will-O-Wisp, and that would catch the Corviknight as well. And I think the only time it hurts me is if he goes into the Incineroar. I don't think he goes hard Incineroar on this, so I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here. I think he wants to keep the Dugtrio around. Yeah. In comes Corviknight, Lancelot, Senior V. He's using this thing as like a hell of a pivot, and it's really causing problems. Okay. Not at all expected, but it is what it is. He may have knockoff, which again, not the end of the world. I can fire off a Strange Steam here. I would anticipate him to go for a Parting Shot here, if anything, or a Fake Out. But yeah, the last time he went for parting shot really paid off for him with the Doug Trio. Strange Team, we outspeed, which is amazing. And that's good damage. That's good damage. He parting shots. Okay. Oh, so we know he's not Assault Vest, which is something else. So he might be Choppleberry. That's good to know. Honestly, if I had gotten if I went for Super Fang on the Corviknight instead of U-turn, I likely would have, actually no, I think it's fine. I think my play was fine there. Okay, in comes the Corviknight here. I want a Will-O-Wisp here really badly. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's go for the Will-O-Wisp. And we'll see what he wants to do. We always outspeed with our Gengar, unless it's running like Agility or something. I don't know what this guy runs on his sets, so there's that, but we will see. I believe Corviknight would outspeed us. We only have 12 EVs in speed, so Corviknight, yeah, it's 67 base speed. It's going to outspeed us. As he goes for Iron Defense. Okay. And we connect, so it's burned now. So it's burned. +2 with Body Press to my Weezing is doing 5 to 8%. Oh wow, burned actually will affect the Body Press. That's amazing. We're at -1, so we're not going to be doing a crazy amount of damage to this thing. Let's fire off the Fire Blast, though. This is a huge threat to me. And he switches out. What is he going to go into? Senior VGC. Taking even more chip damage. He probably has like a berry. Of course. That's why you run Flamethrower, though. Let's fire off another Pain Split. Or Strange Steam, wow. As he fake outs. That is nothing. We're going to recover that back. And let's go for the Strange Steam. We outspeed, we connect. We confuse him. Can we get the confusion? No. That's fine though. This thing is getting completely worn down to the point where I may not even need to Gigantamax with Gengar. We still don't know if the Doug Trio was Scarf or not. Once the Doug Trio is gone, then Gengar puts in the finest of work. I'd imagine his moveset on Corviknight is Body Press, Iron Defense, Brave Bird, and Roost. I think that's what he's going to be running. Goochomp. Okay. We're at -2. I'm going to go into Purple Pedro here. If I was Scarf on my Gengar now, this would be great. Of course, it still would lose to Scarf Dougie, but the reason I'm switching into Vaporeon here is because it's not that valuable of a member of our team right now. And he goes for a Weather Ball, which is 50 base power. Okay, interesting. What would he go into here? Corviknight. I think I can... If he goes into Corviknight, that kind of sucks. It's already burnt. I can go hard into my Weezing again. I think I'm going to go for the Ice Beam here. Yeah. Breaking Swipe. Alright. Attack drop. Let's fire off the Ice Beam. Let's see if he's Assault Vest. I think that's definitely AP. Okay, what I want to do is fire off a Wish here. Let's fire off that Wish. I wonder what he's going to do. Switches out. Lancelot. Okay. We're at max special attack, so we haven't lost any investment there or any whatever, any stat drops. That's the word. All right. It's burned. Julia's outside. She wants to come inside. I'm gonna mute my mic and have her hop in. So excuse me. Okay, I am back. I think there's no reason for me not to go hard into Wheezing here. I mean, I could go into this, but I think Wheezing is the safer play. Yes, it'll be a bit of a waste of a wish, but at the end of the day, I think it's safer for me to do that in case he decides to go for a U-turn and goes into the Dugtrio, because then I lose my Bolt Hunt unless it's Scarfed. Iron Defense again. So this time, because we're at max special attack investment, if I go for a Fire Blast, Corviknight's going to take a huge chunk of damage. If it's just max HP, it takes 55 to 65. Yeah, 55 to 65, which is insane. So let's fire off that Fire Blast. If he goes into the Incineroar, I outspeed it, so there's that. And I think he's definitely Chople Berry on the Incineroar, like 100%. Wheezing is going to be an absolute wall. As he Gigantamaxes here, okay. Okay. It is burned, and now we'll see, because Max Steel Spike burned will do 33 to 39 if he's got no investment. And we'll see if he's got Max Steel Spike now or not. As he fires off the Wind Rage. Okay. And this does 171 down to 138. That's nothing. And I believe that the Defox will get rid of our rocks. So I will take that. I will definitely take that. Is that weakness policy? Ooh. Okay. Very interesting. Brave Bird at +2 will still do, I mean, not too much. 35 to 40. Let's fire off that Fire Blast. Another Wind Rage. Jesus, that's a lot more damage. Wow. We should be able to take the next hit, though, especially after leftovers. If I go hard into Bolt Hunt here, how much is Bolt Hunt taking? 35 to 42. Don't feel safe with that. But I want to keep this thing around. I really do. Because it's going to be a nice immunity for Goodra. I'll have Bolt Hunt. I should be fine. I could also go into T-Tar here. Tyranitar should outspeed. I don't trust it. I'm going to go for the... I'm going for the Fire Blast. I don't think I can risk it. Wind Rage again. Jesus. Okay. And we connect another Fire Blast, and down goes the Corviknight. Amazing. Okay. So, Wheezing is very low. The good news is it's still an immunity. We still prevent a Scarf Dougie from just shitting on us. So I need to keep this thing around. That's important. That's definite. In comes Spartacus. That is the Phalanx. I think I'm going to stay in here, actually, and fire off the Pain Split. Zen Headbutts. Okay, so down goes the Wheezing. I was going to say, do we not die from that? Jeez. So Wheezing goes down. Unfortunate. Wow, Wheezing's GIF... No, I'm not even on Wheezing. Let's see. I thought Wheezing's GIF was, like, sky high. Okay, this is gone. Now, I can go into Django here and click Play Rough, but I want to see how much Play Rough will do to a Phalanx, because Phalanx is a good chunk of investment. Player won't KO. How about Tyranitar? If I go T-Tar here and I set up, close combat will obliterate me if he's Expert Belt. If I go Gengar and click Dazzling Gleam, Dazzling Gleam will OHKO, so I'm going to go Gengar. If he's Choice Scarf, he doesn't KO unless he's Adamant Scarf. And even then, Adamant Scarf, it's a roll that's in my favor to live. Let's fire off that back to Dazzling Gleam as he switches out and goes into Goochamp. Well, you're not appreciating this. This is Specs. It took that just fine. Oh my god. What would he go for? Earthquake maybe? I'm going to Purple Pedro here. Jeez. This Goodra is a lot fatter than I anticipated. Earthquake. Okay. Eating it up. So here's the thing. What does he go into? He can't really do much to me. So I want to go for a Wish and then a Scald. But it may be my best interest to go for Scald and then Wish. So let's go for that. Because if he goes into two, okay, he goes to Dragon Pulse. So we know his entire moveset. If we can get a burn here, that'd be amazing. And we get the burn. Perfect. I think this game is going to be pretty close to wrapped up for us. We have to be worried about no retreat on the Phalanx, I think, but I'm not positive if he's allowed to run that. Let's fire off our Wish. Oh, Weather Ball is a nice tech. Is Weather Ball and Sand a ground type move? Did you crit me there? I didn't see. What are we at right now? 53. I should protect. Weather Ball. Oh my god. Wow. Let's go for our protect here. Just to be safe. I'm not risking anything here. But Weather Ball, if he's modest max special attack, it does 88 to 105 to my T-Tar. That's insane. That's crazy. I don't think he's a modest max special attack, I'm gonna be honest. But I think he's calm nature, and I think or careful nature or whatever, or sassy nature, one of those three. Let's fire off an Ice Beam here. He goes for another Dragon Pulse. Maybe I should try and actually figure it out. 199 down to 145. So Goodra level 50. Dragon Pulse, my Vaporeon. Yeah, no, he's definitely got like very little attack. Let's fire off our Wish. Keep this thing healthy. Another Dragon Pulse. And I have a free protect, so there's that. I don't think he's going to risk going into anything else, because again, if anything else comes in, like Scald comes out. Does he die here actually? He just barely lives, so let's fire off protect. Now Vaporeon is really solid when my opponent doesn't have a great electric or grass type. His electric type was Stunfisk, and his grass type was Leafeon. Now, I did take away a lot of investment in special attack from my Gengar to outspeed Leafeon very last minute, and I did replace Toxic for Ice Beam on my Vaporeon, but it ended up not really mattering. So, we'll see. Down goes Goodra. We got 3 mons left to go, and we should be able to pick up our first win in the ICBA. Jesus. IBL. Wow. Okay. I don't know what this thing wants to do. I'm very physically defensive. If I go to Phalanx. Close combat does under half to me. I'll go for a Scald here. I could see him going for no retreat as he Swords Dances instead. Scary. Very scary. But Scald will do 55 to 64. As it doesn't, but we burn him. So I'm sorry about that. That really sucks. You're a very, very bulky boy. Wow. And you're carrying leftovers? Leftovers. All right. Very interesting. Let's go for another Scald here. I may have to sack off T-Tar. I may have to sack off T-Tar. Let's take a look. Doug Trio. Is he close combat to me here? That does nothing. My lord. And that defense drop there, the special defense drop too. Skull comes out. This should be able to do a lot more damage to him. Oh my god, wow. So I believe, oh no, I can't fire off a, I can fire off a free wish here if I wanted to. But I don't see the reason. I'll just go for the Scald here. I can protect against something else. I was thinking about putting protect there as he's on headbutts instead. I guess he was thinking the Gengar would come in, but it does not. Crits us. Does he flinch us too? No, he does not. Okay. So Vaporeon gets another kill. That's 2 for Vaporeon. Down goes the Phalanx. 2 mons left. We're at just about half health. And the Incineroar cannot do shit to us. I believe we actually will outspeed the Incineroar. We definitely will outspeed the Incineroar. So in comes the Incineroar. My play is to protect because he does have Fake Out. So I will protect and then I will Scald. And it honestly looks like Vaporeon is just going to clean it up for us. Wow. With a team like this, with T-Tar, with G-Max Gengar, a Specs Gengar, when my opponent only has 1 Ghost Resist, to think that Vaporeon, Weezing, and Raboot, my god, Raboot would be the most important members, the most valuable members, just a shock. The battle was cancelled. Okay, so I guess he ended up forfeiting there. So I'm giving those last 2 kills to Vaporeon. We'll call that a 4-0 win in our favor. And that's amazing. We're advancing to 5 wins and 3 losses. And I will take it. All right. GG's to my opponent. Make sure to check him out. He is an absolute legend. He has a really amazing service he provides to the IBL coaches and the Jenning bot, and it's absolutely incredible. I know he does a lot of streaming as well. So shout out to him, and shout out to D-Ray for passing us the G-Max Gengar. I will definitely take it. And the new team is currently 1-0. Let's make it 2-0, then 3-0, and then moving on and on and on. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.